So the fourth case study is on Porter's 5 forces model and divisional transfer pricing. So coming to that, in the 5 forces model, one of the crux is that companies or divisions compete with buyers and sellers. What they are telling, companies will have competition with their buyers and suppliers. The same model can be used to evaluate the competitive environment of divisions of large complex companies. In such companies, some of the divisions may be buyer and some of the divisions may be seller to one another. This leads to management accounts becoming involved in negotiations, leading to the agreement of suitable transfer pricing between these divisions. So what they are telling means, according to 5 forces model, there will be a competition between the company to its buyers and suppliers. But if it is a multinational company or big company, uh, output of one division will be used as the input of another division. Okay, then there will be a competition between the divisions of company itself, and they have to enter into negotiation in order to transfer the product to product of one division to another. So what they are asking here, explain how forces applied in relationship between supplier and buyer led Michael Porter to reach a conclusion that uh, companies compete with their buyers and sellers. They are asking why Porter said that there will be companies compete with their buyers and sellers. Okay. They are asking why Porter said that companies will compete with buyers and sellers. They only said that they will compete and they ask the reasons. So let us find out some reasons. Because there will be a bargaining power over one another. But who will have that bargaining power? See, who has a relative size? See, if A is a supplier and B is a buyer, B is a major buyer of from A. If B is a major buyer, A will not let B go from them. So in order to not to go, it will offer heavy discounts. So B will have high bargaining power. Okay, relative size matters. And switching cost. Switching cost model. See, if A and B entered into an agreement, and there is a cost that should be paid if some of if any one of the person will cancel the agreement. So in order to escape that cost, they will be in that agreement only. Then the other party will be charging high, because they will anyway pay the amount in order to escape the switching cost. Okay, switching cost is also matters. Third one will be availability of alternatives. Sometimes we don't have better alternative to switch between the suppliers. At that time, buyer will be having the less bargaining power and will allow supplier to charge whatever they want. Okay. See, all these factors are reasons for having bargaining power. If one having bargaining power and other don't, then there will be companies will compete with them. Okay, and what is the other question? Discuss the issues of negotiating and agreeing transfer prices between divisions within a large complex organization. So they are asking why there are issues when they are going to negotiation. Just because, see, division A need to supply to division B its output. Generally, why there will be an internal transfer means just for reliable supply. Like we will trust our family more than anyone else, or just to cut supplier margin, because rather than giving that margin to any of outsider, it is better for a company to take that margin and reduce the transaction cost, any additional cost. But what is the issue here? If division A supplies to division B and their performance evaluation is depending upon the what division's performance, then they will negotiate to charge. A will negotiate to charge high price and B will negotiate to pay low price. So then how, what is the solution for that problem? Parent entity itself find the transfer price. How it will be found, we will be learning in transfer pricing chapter. So there are some methods of finding the transfer price or range in transfer price. So it is better for a parent company to find that transfer pricing. But in majority of the cases, transfer pricing will not work because there should be a mandatory transfer of a division A product to division B, because there is a rule that division A should sell to division B, or division A product might not have market outside, so at any cost it need to transfer division B. And the major issue is when they are doing consolidation, both the internal transfers will be crossed off and only net amount will be visible. See, there is no use of negotiating too much for this. Okay, so they should negotiate reasonably and close it at reasonable terms at the earliest possible, because too much of negotiations may not lead to better results. Okay, rather than creating internal disturbances. Uh, so it is better use any of the method from transfer pricing and find the better product price. I think I have answered the two questions. What is the question? See, first question, they are asking why they will companies compete with buyers and suppliers, because they have the bargaining power, and they will compete with them. So, and why there is a negotiation issues will be there, because there will be bonuses based on the performance of the company division itself. So they will try to negotiate it the best way possible, but it is not that required. Okay, coming to the next question, it is somewhat big question. Last and lengthiest question, lengthiest case study from this chapter. First, let's see what they are asking in the question. Evaluate the strategy adopted by Wings International in becoming a no-frills airline. So they have adopted some policy. Since we need to adapt what strategy it is, we have to evaluate and identify the strategy adopted by Wings International for proposed project. Already they are following one, adopted one. We need to find that strategy, and proposed strategy also we need to find. Next, the entire strategy of Wings International for proposed project depends on information available about the future outlook in the industry. Recommend guidelines to the management to place in control reporting mechanism that can enable Wings International take preventive measures to avoid errors in the strategy. Okay, they are asking as a strategy which can be what called, which can be enabled in advance, so that errors will be avoided. In its previous venture, It took 5 years of Wings International to decide to exit the no-frills airline operations. To avoid a delay in taking such decisions, recommend guidelines to the management to put in place a control reporting mechanism that can enable Wings International to correct its errors and make changes in operations in a more timely manner. See, this is this is like case study. This one not related to the question. So let's complete the question once. Wings International is a major airline operating in India. It is the biggest airline operator within the domestic airline segment and is a well-established player in international airline segment. Except for a period of few years as outlined below, Wings International has been operating for last 3 decades in a segment that caters primarily to business and premium segment travelers. They target maximum premium segment travelers on its international routes and certain long distance yet busy domestic routes. The airlines offers full service on board. The internet ticket price includes onboard entertainment, transfer baggage between the flights, more leg room, option to upgrade from economy to business class seats, meals, beverages. Baggage allowance is liberal with each flyer being allowed two checked in bag and a cabin bag. Okay, only 2 plus 1, 3 bags are allowed. A tagline in its advertising goes, grab your bags, they fly free. In the domestic segment, the airline operates across major metro cities and certain other tied to cities. International flights operates only from these major metro cities. Okay, as of now, up to here, they are following the premium premium strategy. Means product differentiation strategy they are using. But let's see. Indian aviation industry has been growing exponentially in the recent years due to the thriving economy. Consequently, there has been many entrants in the domestic segment offering low fare to the customers. These airlines has been offering tickets at huge discounts, thereby attracting sizable chunk of customers away from Wings International. See, Wings are offering premium charges. Newly entered entrances are offering low cost strategy and attracting the price sensitive customers. To counter this and maintain this market size, Wings International also follows suit. Okay, Wings also started giving low cost. For a period of 5 years, tickets on various domestic routes were offered at low competitive price. At same time, low fares are offered only if it is profitable to do so. Therefore, certain cost management measures were taken. So, Wings International converted to a no-frills airline. They are asked about this only. Okay, what strategy they are using for this one? No-frills airline on most of the domestic routes. Now a ticket covered only cost of seat and one checked bag in and cabin bag. See, they are offering only two bags. Going further, baggage allowance was reduced to economize on space and fuel requirements. To avail any other facility, the flyer had to purchase the extra. Another measure taken was to offer last minute deals of tickets at low discounts if the flight is not fully occupied. Vacant seats are perishable, therefore, instead of letting them go empty, flight can be filled with cheaper rates. This yield management measure based on capacity utilization was expected to increase the market share and subsequently airlines revenue. Tickets could be booked online using their internet rather than using ticket kiosks maintained by airline at various locations in the selected city. See what they are using: low investment. See, they are offering low prices. They removed some offline stores in order to reduce the cost. And see, and what are they were doing to attract the customers? Their economic purchase extra baggage. They have less to economics and space and fuel. They want to reduce the fear, so they are trying to reduce the investment. It means they are following the low cost strategy for no frills airline. They asked this, no, because of all these three reasons we declare it as low cost strategy. We answered first question. In order to quickly respond to competitors' move, the pricing and marketing staff were going sufficient autonomy to make this price war work. Therefore, in many situations, decision could be taken without prior approval of top management. Okay. Meanwhile, adding the staff to see in order to match with the price of competitor, it became a price war, and they took decisions without taking prior approval of top management itself. Meanwhile, adding the stiff competition, fuel prices has been soaring in the last few years. Fuel prices increased. Maintenance of aircraft, staff compensation and other overheads also be increased. Land fee is a major airport. In major airport has increased manifold due to congestion and limited slots on account of multiple airline operations waiting for limited slots. Okay, competition increased, all the prices are also increased. Given this scenario, after 5 years of operation, management at Wings International found that they were not able to generate the sufficient profits on many of the domestic routes. Okay, they're merged into losses because all the rates increased, and firstly they are following the low cost strategy, so they were unable to make the profits. A price discount by competitor had to be matched with similar price discount by Wings International and vice versa. Offering last minute deals to fill up the capacity did not generate additional revenue. The volume of last minute flyers are low. It is found that most players booking at last minute were anyway price indifferent, means they are able to pay any cost. Unnecessarily they are giving the low cost and losing some money. Had the deals not been offered, players would have been willing to pay more money away anyway to use the airline. Therefore, neither did these deals generate extra customers nor extra revenue. So the strategy did not work. Uh, Wings International has always been perceived to cater premium segment traveler. Therefore, participating in this price war has been contrary to its image of premium quality airline. This left a section of customers confused about the product offering. See, there will be some persons who will pay premium, uh, will not attract to this low cost strategy, so they are unable to understand what they are doing. Will they offer the quality products or not? So they lost some customers. Therefore, management of Wings International decided to discontinue its pricing strategy and exit the low cost airline business. The ticket are now being offered at its usual full service rates. This strategy is proposed to be followed for both current and prospective projects and operations. See, they left the old business and they are starting the new business. Full service rate they are going to charge. We need to find uh, pricing strategy for the proposed one also. No, second question is that only. Government has been formulating policies that are aimed at changing the landscape of aviation sector. Airports are being built in smaller cities and towns that until date did not have one. So they're going into the smaller cities also airports. This will improve the connectivity within the country. This will increase air traffic as public now has already means to travel other than roads and rail. Instead of flying between two small airports directly, Wings International proposed to develop a model where flyers from smaller towns are connected to one major metro city, which will serve as a main hub. For Wings International, the cost of operations will be lower as compared to flying point to point between the smaller uh, airports. For passenger, better connectivity and more route options will be available. See what they are telling means they are connecting all the. See for suppose in a state there are 5 districts and C is the headquarter. So earlier only C is having the airport, but now all these A, B, C, D, E are having the airports. They are started providing services to all these small towns also. But what happened? So what they have decided, instead of giving traveling from A to B, B to C, C to D, what they decided means travel from A to C directly, and from C they will have B, D, E. So they will have more options, and it is economical to uh, this wings business also, because maintain from A to B, B to C, C to B, A to D. For each and every connection, they need to maintain one aeroplanes. But now they need to maintain for only cities, so that they'll come to city and they'll go to wherever they want. This is beneficial to passengers also because they have more options to go after coming into city. This is their plan as of now for proposed scheme. For example, a flyer from smaller city wanting to go to destination abroad can now reach the nearest hub by flying with Wings. From the hub, Wings International can fly the passenger further to destination abroad in the international fleet. For the flyer, this is a better alternative as compared to reaching the hub by said road transport. For Wings International proposed borders it customer base. So it will increase the customer base because it is going into every town now. That's why. To this effect, Wings International is already scouting the market for smaller aircraft that can be operated more economically on the hub spoke route. Also, it is in talks with partnership with other airlines, hotels, cars in order to offer attractive holiday packages to customers. Since most of the other airlines do not have scale of operations to achieve the hub spoke model or ability to offer holiday packages, Wings International identifies this as unique proposition that it can offer its customers. So others are not having this facility to maintain the hub spoke. So because Wings are hub from many decades, they are able to offer more discounts, more hub spokes, and uh, unique proposition that it can offer to the customers. They have a tagline of Wings to fly anywhere, anytime. Wings International proposed to increase the turnaround time of flights for better capacity utilization. Ticket booking is still offered over internet. In the past, customers like this option due to the convenience it offered. Dedicated customer service lines available 24/7 to resolve the issues in the proposed scheme. See, this is also benefit. They are more investing more on hub spokes for customers and increasing the turnaround time and increasing the customer service lines. See, investment is more and they are charging premium. See, what does it mean? It is following the product differentiation strategy. The management of Wings International wants to have a seamless implementation of this project. This is a game changer of the company that will help in consolidate its position in the aviation industry. Therefore, a meeting has been called to discuss the critical reporting that need to be placed that ensures a successful launch. Okay, making heavy investments, charging premium prices. We decided that it is using a product differentiation strategy. We have answered two. Now read the third question. This one. Entire strategy of Wings International for proposed project means for the new project depends on information available about the future outlook in the industry. See, we don't have the past data here. This is a proposed project means we are yet to start. So, based on future estimations, we are making a strategy on that. Entire strategy depends on information available for future outlook means future estimations. Recommend guidelines to the management to put in place a control reporting mechanism that can enable Wings International to take preventive measures to avoid errors in this strategy. See, we don't have past data, so in order to avoid any errors, we need to take preventive measures. So it is asking the better control reporting mechanism in order to avoid any errors. So let's discuss what we can do. The strategy should be adopted here is feed forward control. It is actually budgetary control chapter concept, but they are asking for its difference here. So as we do not have the past data, we need to foresee the problems that may occur and solutions, corrective actions for that, and prepare the final output will be correct. Okay, we need to foresee problems and take correct actions and ensure the result. Generally, if we have past data, we will compare the actuals with the budgets. But we should expect here, as we do not have the data, we should compare the expected actuals with the budget. Okay, how we will relate this to the Wings company? See what they are telling, what are the strategies they will adopt here. They said that they will start up with full service pricing, strategic partnership, financing, proposal, higher proposal at higher management, etc. So, what they should do now, they should make a proper plan and thorough analysis as required for the industry. All these strategies they are going to implement should be checked properly, foresee if there are any problems that may occur, take the proper actions, and then they should ensure that results are accurate, and they should get a regular data up to date regarding the government policies, fuel rate changes, and they should assess it regularly and collect the data up to date, and they should keep the system dynamic. That is, they should make monthly data, monthly feed forward control, and they should get their data regularly and make them relevant. Even after implementation, proper control should be followed in order to arrive at correct results and ensure the profits. And proper authorities should be given and responsibilities must be clearly defined to each and every department, uh, and they should ensure that everyone knows their responsibility in prior before the implementation. In this way, we can adopt a feed forward controls and uh, prior to any proposed project before implementation, and take preventive actions to avoid any mistakes in the strategy. Okay, for the proposed strategy, see here in third one, we can adopt the feed forward controls, and we can prevent the any errors that may occur in future. Next one, in previous venture, it took 5 years for Wings International to decide to exit the no-frills airline operations. To avoid a delay in taking such decisions, recommend guiding to the management to put in place control reporting mechanism that can enable Wings to correct its errors and make changes in the operations in a more timely manner. See, if before implementation of any project we are taking any controls, that is called feed forward control. If after implementation, what will be that? Feedback control. In, feed, in feedback control, we will compare actuals with budgets. Okay. In feed forward, we have compared the expected actuals with budgets. But here in feedback control, it is already done. So we have actuals. We will compare the actuals with budgets. So how can we control now with using this feedback control? First one, we should give proper authorization and delegate the responsibility. Every task should be delegated to one or the other person so that he will be responsible for any thing happens there. Then if anything goes wrong, it will come to the view of management in a quick manner. uh, Secondly, they should get regular data. See, here it took 5 years for them to know that there is a losses and it is not profit making company. Unlike that, just get the regular data so that you can know the status, and in case it is not working properly, you can decide whether to change the strategies or to close down the business. Next one, and get regular updates. See, this data is regarding the internal functioning, how it is doing, but this is regarding the outside factors. Updates means changing government policies or changing fuel rates, all that. So that what competitors are doing, so that you can also implement your strategies. You can maintain the relationship properly with the customers, suppliers, all that, if you are in up to date. Next, you should always find the variances and reduce the gap between them. We should get reports periodically, and reports should be easily understood. By following all these methods, we can get uh, reports properly. If we even feedback control also, and we can change the strategies if required. Uh, for a proposed project, we can follow the feed forward control. We can foresee the problems that may occur in future, take the corrective actions, and escape the problems. Okay, that's all about this question. I think we have done with the case studies of first chapter. Next, I'm going to start with the second chapter.